YouTube has changed my life, even though I have under 100 subscribers. Now, it might sound like I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. And I want to tell you why it's true. And how finding a passion, whether or not it's YouTube, will change your life too. But first, let's enjoy the sunset. First of all, I want to say why I like YouTube and why specifically I'm talking about YouTube. There's a lot of social media platforms out there today that you can use, but a lot of them focus on short attention spans. YouTube obviously has shorts, but it's really not the main focus of this platform. I just feel like there's something special about YouTube. It's like the holy grail, in my opinion, for people my age. Now, I am only 26, so I'm not that old yet, but I feel like there's a bit of a divide. Like people like me growing up, YouTube was the place to be. That was the best entertainment. And yeah, it's cool to have an Instagram following, or maybe for younger people, like being on TikTok is the wave, but I feel like YouTube was still like the crown jewel. I feel like YouTube has this cool factor to it. And of course, it went through its phase of having some pretty annoying and bad creators. Now, YouTube more than ever seems more authentic, especially if you can find your niche. For example, in the self-improvement and self-development space, you're seeing amazing creators put out amazing quality videos that they're shooting on their iPhone or like a cheap camera, and they're producing short film length cinematography. And I feel like the only place you'd be able to see that and get those type of videos is on YouTube. I want to talk about why YouTube has changed my life, or is changing my life, even though I only have under 100 subscribers. Number one is it really makes me have accountability, especially now that I'm in like the self-improvement space. Accountability is so key. When I make these videos, I want to make videos about things I've actually done or I'm in the process of doing. For example, like the challenges I do. For example, I might do like a 1 week or 30 days or 14 days where I do some sort of task for that amount of days and I make a video about it. It'd be much easier to give up for me if I didn't have the idea of like, okay, I want to make a video, so I have to actually follow through with what I'm doing. If it was just me doing it for myself, which is what the video is entailing, it's me doing it for myself, but there's that added element of that video and the audience where I gotta hold myself accountable more. And so it really motivates me as another tool of why I should stay on this path and why I should continue to do what I'm doing. Another way that YouTube is changing my life is it's teaching me more about delayed gratification. YouTube is probably the number one way of delayed gratification, unlike, for example, TikTok, where within the first few videos you're bound to get a video with a lot of views and likes because that's just how the algorithm works. YouTube is much different. It's really based on delayed gratification. Your first video is probably not going to do any views. Your second video might not. Your third video might not. It might take you years to get to that level. For me, that's definitely been the case where I only have under 100 subscribers. I feel like it's delayed gratification because some of my videos have done pretty well, especially recently, and it feels like it's taken a long time to get there. But it's more worth it because after every video, I feel like I want to get a little bit better. That's kind of my mindset because I'm not getting that instant gratification of 10,000 views on your first TikTok video, you know? And then you have no incentive really to change it up. But for me, I feel like with YouTube and you're getting this delayed gratification, it's more incentive to continue to just work on your craft and get better and better. Even with this channel, the amount of hours I've put into it, some people might see it as a waste of time. But really, I feel like the rewards come to those who wait and those who believe in delayed gratification. Now, I'm not delusional in saying this YouTube channel will work out. There's millions and millions of YouTubers out there, and not everybody's gonna make it. I don't think it's guaranteed that I make it or anything like that, but let's say even if in 5 years this YouTube channel doesn't work out, I feel like I would have learned a lot of valuable skills. Third reason why I feel like YouTube has changed my life and why it's continuing to change my life is it's really a creative outlet. I feel like everybody nowadays needs to have at least some sort of creative outlet. I've seen people who have none and their life seems very robotic. I have a 9-to-5 job and it's very between the lines, very numbers oriented. I'm looking at Excel sheets all day. You don't get that opportunity during those hours to really express yourself. So I feel like YouTube and doing things like filming, it's all a creative process, which is completely different than what I do in my 9-to-5. It really allows me to work and exercise a different part of my brain. And it feels good to do something for yourself. You know, when you're at work, okay, obviously you're getting paid, so that's the reward there, but you're really not doing the work for yourself unless you're working for yourself or a small business or something like that. But for me, I work for a large corporation, so what I do at the grand scheme of things hardly matters. But when you're working for yourself, I'm doing every single process. I'm scripting it by myself. I'm filming it by myself. I'm shooting the B-roll by myself, editing. I'm creating the thumbnail. I'm creating the title. Every part of this YouTube channel is really down to me, and it really feels much better that even, like I said earlier, maybe I'm not getting the views I want to, but I've done every aspect of this video, and so it feels good to really work and do something for yourself rather than having to work and do things for other people. Number 4 reason is I feel like there's a lot of life skills that I've learned from YouTube. For example, just being humble. Or you think you made the best video, you put 1,000 hours into this video and you get 50 views, or you think this is the video that's gonna blow up and it gets nothing, you know? So it's a very humbling experience to do this, and I feel like you have to have a humble mindset, and you gotta be willing to do this for yourself, and you gotta be willing to want to do this because you truly enjoy it and it's your passion, and not just chase the numbers. Now, obviously the numbers are important. Everybody wants those numbers, of course. You can't lie and say numbers aren't part of the equation, but if you're not doing this because you love it and you don't enjoy the process, it's gonna be much harder. So you have to be humble. Another skill I've just learned is like the editing process. Like the editing process is probably the most boring and tedious part of this whole video making thing, but it's a great skill to learn, and just being able to do that, becoming an editor and becoming like good at it and working on your skills every single time is such a valuable skill. And same with photography, shooting B-roll, cinematography, everything. It's so valuable, and I feel like every time I make a video, I'm trying to just get a little bit better, 1% better every single time, and I feel like those are skills that you can take for the rest of your life. So what can you take away from this video, even if you're somebody who's like, I don't really want to make YouTube videos though, so how is this going to help me, right? For me, YouTube is the outlet, but for you, it doesn't have to necessarily be YouTube. You just have to find your version of YouTube. It could be art, it could be drawing, it could be painting, it could be singing, it could be comedy, it could be a plethora of things. Because even if you don't gain anything for a long period of time, the skills you've learned from that will take you far in life. It'll help you become a much more well-rounded person. And for me, this thing has been YouTube. Even though I don't have a lot of subscribers, I feel like it's really changed my life. The key is for you to find your YouTube. Till next time, guys, I'm out. Peace.